Alright, so I finally broke down and actually took the time to go and get the Reaper of Souls armor with the Hourglass quest. I've been wanting to do that. It's been on my bucket list for a while. The first time I tried it months back, I got frustrated, but I went ahead and did it and finally got it. I was inspired by AQTag, who showed off a pretty good idea with the dodge-based Lucky Strike nuking, using a few items. And then when I went and got it, I started playing with it, and I wished I would have gotten it earlier because it's an extremely good armor. And it works extremely well with the Lucky Beast Mage, which I still think is the best build. It's just too versatile. You can do so many things with it. But just as a quick tip for anybody who wants to go get this armor on the Hourglass quest, a way to speed it up slightly is the blue-green colored transport item, which every one of those rooms should have. I think all but one should have a treasure chest to find your hourglass. So what you want to do is you get your treasure chest and then immediately go to get teleported. Then you're going to teleport, and then there should be another treasure chest in that room. And then you'll notice there's maybe, I guess, 6 or 8 variations of rooms. In fact, I will tell you, no room has a treasure chest on the top right hand side, so you don't even have to go on that side to look. But I think there's one room that won't have a treasure chest, and you have to actually navigate to the left-hand room to find it. But that doesn't come up too often. And once you figure that out, just go to the teleporter, get your chest, teleporter. It goes a little bit faster that way. Don't feel like you have to just run through room after room after room. It's not really that way. You just teleport every time. But there's your tip for that. So what I wanted to show off, a few other things. What I'll do is I'll revisit the idea AQTag had and explain why it works, and then I'll go from there and show some other strategies here. Okay, so the shield is this ultra rare golden gift box golden head dragon shield. If you can, you get up to a 33% Lucky Strike rate increase. If you block all hits, it's 33%. If it's 1 out of 2, it'll be half, so on and so forth. If you have a 10% base rate, that'll jump it to as much as 40. Now you're at 43. You also have, he was using Masamune here, and this is another 40%. And then he was also doing some filling in, like with time killers. So if I have all of these things here, so you got 40 and 33 if you block, so 73 plus 10 from time killers, 83, and then base 10, 90. That's 93% Lucky Strike rate at all times, which is pretty good. What I probably would do, my first cast, is just do Mandate. See if I can get the blind to land, which it didn't this time. Let's do it one more time. Alright, so that's 42. So I should block most hits here. And then I had Summoning Stone for the Dodge Lash. What I'm going to do in this instance is Rejuvenating Necklace. Now, Angel of Souls has double the Lucky Strike damage, and that's what makes it so nice. This skill here costs 85. As you can see, it's ridiculous strong. But you want to get to a point where you can block. I would imagine if you can do some self buffs, whether it's through the Power Gauntlet Bag of Mixed Nuts blocking. Moonwalker's Grace, as long as Dexterity remains as is, which I think is going to change. I think they finally admitted that Dexterity is going to... They're coming up with a new blocking formula. Hopefully it's somewhat based on some suggestions I made. But just really quick, I'm going to kind of show off. Alright, so the Frostville Crown is 1.5 times Lucky Strike damage at half the rate, but it's bugged out with Hypercrit, so it doesn't actually half the rate with the Hypercrit status, which will eventually change. So you're going to have 1.5 times damage plus another 2 times damage here. You could probably get another weapon that does another 1.5, but you're going to see it's pretty strong. When it does the Lucky Strikes, you're able to see Alright, so what I want to do now is kind of talk about some other ideas. I think I showed you Rejuvenating Necklace. There's also, if you didn't want to go the dodge lash route, you could actually probably just lucky striking with Frostville Crown and just going this route. So what you could do is basically max out your time killers, and that'll give you a 50% lucky strike rate. See one more time. And then you've got Essence of Carnage to regen on your HP mode. You can do whatever here. If you want to leave your Pig Drake or your Bun Barret, or actually this guy here has actually got the strongest pet blocking in the game. It has to land the hit, but you'll get it. And it's independent of the light resistance, so if it's 1% light or 200% light, it'll be the same, but it is actually even stronger than the others. Then you have Rejuvenating Necklace, and then what you could do also is take Infinita Staff, and then you've got basically stacked MP regen, and then you'll be able to see. So that went from 20 to 1600, and this will probably. And what you can do with this setup is then if you're able to regen your MP, then you can constantly cast the Code Konami spell, Moonwalkers, if you need to do the MP version of New Year's Surprise, those different things. Also, you could this armor takes 85 HP. You could equip Bell Shell, and it would negate the HP cost. Also, I recommend people spend the money and get Shadowrend Membrane, and then you're going to heal back more than, like, it just gave me 103, so you're healing back for four rounds. You're healing back more HP than what you're losing. You could still play dodge, but just go a little bit less on the HP regen. And just do the Rejuvenating Necklace. See, that's only $249 there, but if you land a lucky strike, you're actually going to as you can see now, you're getting some regen there. And actually, for whatever reason, I don't have my pets on blocking mode. Alright, so let me get this stacked up real quick. Then actually my favorite item in the game, Prime Chaos Orb. That's fine. Both lucky strikes, and I went from 20 to 1293 after the Bun Barrett's upkeep. As you can see, it's pretty strong, and you're regenning here. Alright, so I want to show one more combination. Alright, so what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to Quad Force, Moxie for dexterity, and change this guy over to ranged. I can do whatever I need to do with pets. Maybe in this case I'll do a darkness Elevon, and since this guy's on ranged mode, now I'm going to do even more damage, but I'm on SP heal, so it's going to be able to SP heal, and then I can also use time killers in this instance. And with this combination, I'm actually going to be able to heal my MP and my SP. You should be able to maintain the 240 SP per turn to have your max dexterity here. Pretty easily, probably. Another thing you could do, I don't think I have it equipped. You can use, since this is a weapon based, any effect tied to the weapon will work with this damage. You can do the Mason Forms Imbue for choke, it'll increase the choke. You've got Terror Skill and the Grinning Jack Fear Imbues, that'll increase the potency based on damage, and it'll change your element, and you can still get the weapon's effect here. Also, you could go with dual Rubzards, which the guest version will give you 100 luck. It'll steal it from here and give it to here, and then you can use your guest here, and on a celerity it will actually max you at 500, and so it's almost like quadrupling your luck damage, because you're getting twice the amount here, and then going from 250 to 500 luck, it's doubling it again. So it will increase the effectiveness of stuff like your Infinita Staff and stuff like that. Another thing with using this method is you can then, if you want a Geocastellum barrier stack, because you are in a darkness armor that's going to be weak versus other things, or you can Shadowrun Membrane stack, And then because you are gaining your SP, let's say you don't want to go the dodge lash route, which is actually pretty strong. And then there you go, you've got another stack of your shield. 163 there. But if you can get a blind or two with Mandate to get that started, especially against higher earth resistance, then you can actually, you don't have to use both Pet and a Guest for your blocking. You can actually probably switch one out and start doing a MP or SP regen somehow. So you got Earth here, like for example, let's see how lucky I get. Cast this guy twice. If it lands, it should be 60 to blind, which it didn't. It didn't again. But it is mitigating your damage, so it's already less than half damage here. Do it one more time. So it's not inflicting. I do want to do a video with Ambush Potion because it's not inflicting, because I think Ambush Potion is doing some things. So that's pretty weak damage without Dexterity trained there. And I should be able to regen my MP and SP. I've got this guy choked down to 0.26, so not too worried. And as you can see, my MP and SP is coming back. And there you go, I've already regened it all back. And like I said, with this ability to just regen your SP so well, and this actually works well with my favorite combination. And then I'll show this, and then that'll be it. Let's see here. So I'm regenerating some SP there. Not so much MP, but should get a little bit more. Then you can always use arms to the Dragon Guard. And then again, with some of these combinations, by regening MP and SP, you've got resources to continually stack. Geo Castellum, the shield, whatever you want. But anyway, shout out to AQTag. Gave me some ideas to play around. I've had fun with it. Maybe some of you have some other ideas.